If you're tuning in right now, you happen to be watching the world's truest source for hip hop news, black culture, sports, and of course the best reaction videos on the net. I'm talking about Kofi's Universe. If you haven't already subscribed, it's your chance to hit that button now before I hit this blunt. Bada.
YouTube salute. Chuck D believes that he and his group, PE, aka Public Enemy, have been harassed by police more than any other act in music. Let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. In a special segment for The Guardian, the frontman fielded questions from fans about his past experiences in the UK, his thoughts on the future of hip hop, and more. One fan wrote in to ask how much police harassment and FBI intimidation Public Enemy has been subjected to at the height of their popularity. And he said, I don't know about the intimidation, but yeah, probably more than anybody in music. Chuck D responded, it's nothing to be annoyed by. It is what it is. The most I could do was to make songs about it. Public Enemy's first album, yo, Bun Rush the Show, we said the governments are responsible, governments plural, because governments like to split up human beings, but music likes to unite people. Considering Public Enemy's legacy of activism both within music and beyond, other fans also sent in questions about the political nature when asked what it would take for the US to become a more equal society. The 60-year-old pointed out that the need for a solution that would factor the international political landscape instead. The whole world can move toward being a more equal society by bringing back the power of the United Nations, he replied. Social media and cell phones mean that cultures are all now all intertwined. He continued, people know who I am through music and culture. So I've always followed up with a great appreciation for the difference between human beings. Governments like to split categorize human beings, but culture and hip hop unites human beings and throws the differences to the side. True, true, true. So earlier this year, it was announced that Chuck D will be bringing a new four-part docu-series to the PBC and the BBC in January, explaining how hip hop has influenced the world. All right, yada yada yada. We can talk about that. All right. So, do I believe Public Enemy were harassed by police more than anybody else in music? I believe that. I definitely believe that 100% because you know think about the things they was talking about. They were on the front lines when they came to music and in the community. It was doing so much. You know, you had Chuck D, Flavor Flav. You know, it was it was a lot going on. A lot of people didn't I don't know. A lot of people just overlooked that. You had other groups out there. Don't get me wrong, like NWA, they was being harassed too. They were being harassed, and everybody knows that. You know, you had who else we had at that time? So NWA, Public Enemy. After that, I mean, you had other people like other groups, but it wasn't on the level of Public Enemy or NWA. I mean, Wu-Tang, they started getting more harassed, and the FBI was investigating them like in the late 90s, early 2000s, and a lot of information came out in the 2010s. Brand Nubian, nah, not really. Prodigy, he was saying all kind of things about the Illuminati, and it was really on Prodigy. They wanted him to snitch on 50 Cent. But I really think, and I can agree with this, that it was Public Enemy. I mean, you got other people out here that have stood for things and that have said things. I mean, as far as like, artists and groups, but not on the level as PE. But the one of the main members in Public Enemy, but he's not there no more, is Professor Griff. He talked about this on so many platforms about how Public Enemy like the government was messing with them and yada yada yada, and how he was actually linked up with Khalid Muhammad at that time. You see what I'm saying? So there was a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people don't realize that it was the message, and it was how they was influencing not just black people, but so many ethnicities. That shit was like, okay, we got to stop this. They're galvanizing people in the community. They're, giving people hope, giving people a new chance of life, of to see it's something beyond what it is. And to fight the power, fight for your rights. I mean, think about it. They wasn't just making those songs to be making those songs. Think about it. When you think about the civil rights movement, the Black Power movement, everything was fight the power. It was like that those movements were still continuing. They just went over into music at that time, especially when we still was dealing with police brutality. Even though I was a child, that's the police brutality was going on. We talking about the police infiltrating organizations, you know, going around J. Edgar Hoover, FBI, all that stuff is still going on. The crack epidemic in the 80s, then you come out in the 90s with the Clinton's three strikes and you're out. All that stuff was going on. So fight the power. Like you gotta stand up for something, you're gonna fall for anything. And you had groups, like Brand Nubian, that was speaking some real shit. Other groups, then KRS One was always speaking real shit. You never know what KRS One, he's probably being harassed too. DDP. Then you had Dead Prez. They was coming out with their stuff, Immortal Technique. So the groups and artists have continued to actually put the messages in their music. To this day, they still say things, but you know, Public Enemy, yeah, they probably was, you know, the most hated group harassed by the police. But I believe NWA was right behind them. Post your comments below. Post smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Till next time, salute.